Awesome. I'm sure there were a lot of things that pleased you about that game, but what pleased you the most?
Oh, 0. Keeping them to 0. I felt like that sort of performance defensively has been coming for a while. I don't think we've leaked. We haven't had games where we've leaked a heap of tries. I think we kept the Roosters to a scoreless half. I think even the Penrith one, there's only one try or something in the second half. So I don't think that's a fluke, the defensive stuff. I reckon that's been coming for a while. But I was proud of all of them. It was an emotional week for the team, for the club, for myself. So yeah, just really proud to get the result. It's good to get a smile on everyone's faces for a couple of hours.
I heard you say in the pre-game that you saw a look in Kalyn's eye this week and you were expecting a big game from him. Did that exceed your expectations?
Yeah, it was great to go up by 6s. I think he kicked 11 from 11, club record with Joey, or equalled it. I reckon he's had a real good 4 or 5 weeks for us. But the leadership group sort of set the tone early in the week and set the standards, and I don't know, he gets a look in his eye now when he's got his head on.
We could probably go through the whole team, but Bradman Best, I think, was his first career hat-trick. He's played every game this season.
Yep.
How happy you been with his form this year?
Yeah, great. He had a real good summer, Bradman, and I am a firm believer the better your summer is, the better your season will be. Excuse me. So yeah, he's put the work in. And went through a period there where he copped a bit of flack for going to Bali and building a refugee place. So didn't let him. He's a young bloke. Didn't let it bother him, and cracked on with him. So I'm really happy for him.
Adam, it's a record win, biggest in the club's history. How do you sort of feel about that?
Yeah, it's great. Great for the piece of history for the players. Absolutely. I just wanted 2 points, Robert. That's all I wanted. So that's probably the most pleasing thing. But I guess it's something this group can hang on to. I'm happy for them to have that, definitely.
Kalyn, what did it feel like on the field? It seemed that once you got sort of those 18 points, there was no stopping the team.
Yeah, I guess those sort of games you can come in at half time and it's almost like you don't know what's going to happen. We wanted to be relentless after half time. And I'm like, coach will be happy that we kept them to 0. That was probably the thing that we focused on the most. And off the back of running hard, we created opportunities. So, we just stuck to the process, stuck to the plan, and a few passes and stuff went a bit astray. But I think our mentality was pretty good.
Kalyn, the obvious question after you play like that is, do you have any second thoughts on the Origin decision? Is there any room for wriggle room with that?
Yeah, I've already spoken to Billy, and I thanked him actually for not picking me for game 1. I thanked him for allowing me to get back to playing footy and just focusing on what's important. And we spoke about in that phone call, that's where I am mentally, and I still want to stick to that. I still want to focus on the Knights. Our season's definitely not done. Just put everything I can mentally and physically towards the Knights, and I thanked him for that. It wasn't until I stepped back and realised what I needed. So I won't be playing Origin 3, but whoever they put back there will definitely do a job.
Okay, your coach has been under a bit of pressure lately. Was it nice to do that? Ease the burden a bit on him.
Oh, we knew how important this round was for many reasons. Obviously the Mark Hughes Foundation, but that's close to the coach's heart as well with his mother, and we knew that as a playing group. We know how important Mark Hughes is to the city, the community, the club, and also when your coach is going through that, you sort of you play with a lot of emotion. And I'm glad that the boys got up for it. I'm glad that despite the last 4 weeks or whatever, we put a performance in today that we needed and the coach needed, and it is pleasing to see.
Adam, can you feel any sympathy for the opposition on a day like that? Like, can you feel for what they've probably gone through today?
I just spoke to Ciro outside actually. I can certainly feel his pain. He's got a young team there that haven't stood beside each other very often, and I've felt that too. We've over the last few years have had some injuries to some key key players and had a young team that's out there, but it's all right for coaches will have sympathy for it. It's whether you blokes have it. So that's probably where I was. You know, I felt for him actually, but at the end of the day, they'll grow from it as well. Just you got to go through the hard yards, but we're in a ruthless business. Just call it for how it is, I suppose.
Adam, in the last minute, the boys prevented Jacob Carras from scoring, keeping them to 0. How impressed were you to see them not giving up right until the end of the game?
There's two sets in particular. I thought there was a couple of times late in the second half where we didn't get to a decent kick, and I thought, oh, is this a sign that we're getting too excitable? And but that led to probably the two most proud moments was when we kept them out and we defended our try line, and I think we dived. We were first to a scrap, and I think it was at 54-0, and we're first to a scrap. I thought, geez, that's a good sign. And then to shut them out there in the corner as well, I thought, you know, we'd taken a big step forward this year in that regard. In the past, we'd be just, you know, at that scoreline, you're happy to let them score, but we weren't, so that's a good sign for me.
Phoenix Crossland from halfback specialist to wearing the number 9 jersey. How crucial has he been to the side?
Yeah, mate, what he's done has been outstanding actually in terms of losing such a key person in Jaden Brayley. You know, that was devastating for all of us to see Brails go through that, but you're also losing a real, you know, the person that touches the ball the most. So for Phoenix to come in and do what, you know, to achieve what he's done so far in the game, and it's not his, you know, favourite position growing up. That's where he spent his least time. I'm wrapped for him, and it's a real sign to our younger players that are at the club that you work hard. You know, you can achieve just about anything.
Kalyn, well done with your goal kicking today. Why did it sort of take you so long to start doing it again this year, and are you going to sort of stick with it now?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought Milky. Like, I missed the first 6 weeks. I thought Milky had a few good games, and he just went through a bit of a rough patch. Jacko Kick's good at training, so I thought he's probably the next best kicker. I'm probably third string, and then I'll kick when Jacko's injured, and I think I don't know. To be honest, it's obviously something I'll stick at now. Yeah, I'll take the reins. I've got confidence in my kicking after that for sure. Had a couple of tips throughout the week from BMAC actually, so yeah.
Adam, it's a big scoreline, obviously, with the competition so close, making a charge for the finals. How important is that massive win for the points differential, given the fact that, you know, you need as many wins as you can get in these last 10 weeks?
Yeah, it'll certainly help, but what will help more is we back that performance up and get a result the next game. We've got a week off. We're going to work through this bye. Yeah, the biggest focus I've got now is preparing us for the next game.
You've had a lot of sort of heartbreaking close losses this year. How did it feel as a coach, like the last 15 minutes? How did it feel for you?
Yeah, I'm getting plenty of feedback that people have seen me smile in the box for once. So, and I don't waste smiles, but yeah, it's been tough. I've been really concerned for the playing group because they've been training well, and then we're coming up short. And I felt like we've played well, we've fought hard. And I thought this is going to really dent our morale, where they're not getting the ultimate reward. But to their credit, they're tougher than even I'd given them credit for. And yeah, I'm just pleased for them out there. They deserve that. And as I said, it's not a fluke that the 0. I felt like we've been defending really well for a large amount of time. We've had one game this year where we fell short, and the narrative I don't think has been fair that they've been copping lately.
Kalyn, Adam's been saying after those sort of a few heartbreaking losses, he didn't want the team to drop their heads. Clearly you didn't, and you talk to us about his coaching and keeping the group calm and just focusing on that next game.
I think I said it the other night when I was on the Matty Johns. Like, we have been going through a fair bit. We spoke about how important this week is, and I said that he sets the standard every week. You know, we've lost probably 4 or 5 games by 2-4 points right at the death. You know, we're in the fight every week, and we know that we're going to be in the fight. We need to have that belief and confidence that we can get out of that. And the thing that he always does is, and I believe in it too, it's train hard. Train hard, prepare well, and that'll put you in a position to do that. He sets the standard with that every week, and then obviously it's for us to deliver. So again, it was good that we got the performance we did today off the back of how special this week is for so many people.
Adam, you mentioned Phoenix before. New South Wales seem to be looking for a hooker utility off the bench. Do you think he's that sort of player? I mean, he can play in the halves, he can play lock. Hasn't missed a game for you this year.
Well, yeah, I'd love to push his barrow, but I think even Phoenix would understand he's at the start of his journey. I mean, no one would be more proud than me if they came knocking, but I think Phoenix at this point in time is a really happy young bloke down there in the dressing room that's contributing to the Knights, and we probably don't need to get too far ahead of ourselves in that regard.